Victor Papanek is considered one of the most controversial designers to come out of the 20th century. His ideology and philosophies were often criticisms of the design industry. Initially, his views were mocked and laughed at, but after his books started clearing off shelves across Europe, he became a respected name in the industry. This photo is just one of many recent exhibitions showcasing his work. I believe some of these quotes give a strong idea of his views in only a few sentences, and in some ways represent him more than his designs. There are professions more harmful than industrial design, but only a few. This first one states that industrial design is extremely harmful. I interpret this to mean it's harmful not only to the environment, but also the average consumer. As designed obsolescence became the norm, resources were wasted with each generation and total prices for the consumer goes up. Advertising design, in persuading people to buy things they don't need, with money they don't have, in order to impress others who don't care, is probably the phoniest field in existence today. This second quote states something similar, that the products being designed are not what we need, but instead what we want, or in some cases don't even want, but still have as a status symbol. The only important thing about design is how it relates to people. This quote once again shows how Papanek puts people first before profits or anything else. Design, if it is to be ecologically responsible and socially responsive, must be revolutionary and radical. This last quote, I think, shows his approach to design and how he uses it to try and fix society. His solutions do not fit in with the infrastructure already in place, and throws out the playbook for what existed back then, which indeed was revolutionary and radical. He was born in Austria on the 22nd of November 1923, but relocated to America in 1939 due to Nazi persecution. He set up his first design consultancy called Design Clinic in the late 40s, where he would help design day-to-day furniture and other products for whoever needed it. But after a while in the industry, he realized many issues with the design world. This inspired him to write a book called Design for the Real World, as well as How Things Don't Work and Nomadic Furniture. This first book poked holes in the way products were being designed at the time, and went in depth about what design is. Later in the same book, he provides potential solutions to these issues. His focus points were to design for the third world by using recycled and cheap materials and easy assembly. He goes into further detail in the book How Things Don't Work, published with James Hennessy. This was also achieved in his publication alongside Hennessy called Nomadic Furniture, where he details how to make chairs, shelves and other products using recycled goods and following step-by-step instructions. By publishing this book and so these designs, he gives power to the people, enabling them to make luxury products for a fraction of the retail price. This was further evidence that Papanek wasn't in the industry for the money, but to help people. Design for the Real World has been revised and is on its third edition, which was released in 2019, showing that its content is still relevant. It has also been translated into over 23 languages. I read the newest edition for this project and was shocked by some of the things he said. Not because they are crazy opinions, but because so many predictions have become reality. From inefficient housing and the Insulate Britain protesters currently, to reverting to an alternative power source for vehicles, his forecasts are spot on. If you're looking to get ahead of the times, I'd recommend this book as an insight into the next major design problem area. I think the fact that he asks these questions and makes you consider who you're designing for is powerful enough to warrant his huge influence of the design world, and has personally changed my outlook on what it means to be a designer and what responsibilities come with that title. Thanks for listening.